Welcome everyone to today's study stream. So today we do 3 sessions again instead of 2 because, I'm home all day, so we can definitely get that done. Though I do need to do a lot of things off camera as well, but that's for the afternoon. So I hope you guys are as excited as I am. And yeah, for those of you, that don't know yet, tomorrow is actually my first day starting with my PhD. So I will, have to see how the schedule will change. Like probably I'm only going to be able to do one longer stream on the day that I am allowed to work from home. But we'll see, we're trying to experiment around, and yeah, there's a bit of change happening, as you can also tell, the whole setup is also different. But yeah, it's because I got this standing desk, so don't freak out if the desk suddenly rises because I'm pressing a button. You're definitely gonna see that happen because it's healthy, so we'll see. And Papa's Woody, welcome. Yes, you caught the stream today. That's great. Brilliant. Welcome back. And Nicolius, welcome to you too. You guys are very fast today for joining the stream. Lovely. So I do suggest we get started, since we do have 3 sessions to tackle. So good luck, everyone, and we'll talk in the break. Okay, everyone, and it's time to have our first break. So, yeah, this first session went by rather fast. I don't know. Was that the same for you or not? Or it's just me? I'm not sure, but it's a good thing, usually, When time passes by rather fast, it means you're, either like really in a flow and you don't realize, how time is passing by and you're getting things done. So that's brilliant. Or you're having a lot of fun and then time also flies by. Because when you're bored, time just doesn't seem to, really pass. I changed the setting back to the old one. I'm not sure what do you mean? What setting? Tell me, because I'm not sure what you're talking about. And definitely too quickly. Oh well, that's probably a good thing. No, or did you not get anything? Everything done that you wanted to do. That I was only standing. Oh yeah. Well, I'll stand in the next session probably because I still need to get a new chair. This chair is not it. It's not ergonomic, so it's challenging to sit on it for hours. But I mean, since I do have the standing desk, I don't have to sit on it for hours. So that's that. And Palak, you really like my study space. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Really appreciate that. Yeah. So this is actually a very new study space because if you, since you're watching on YouTube, you can also see if you, if you check out my channel, you will see, that, you can normally already see it on the thumbnails of the videos, that my setup looked a bit different because I had this other desk and I was kind of actually sitting here, like my desk came out like this, and I was facing that way. But now I changed it because I got the standing desk and we had to, rearrange everything a little bit. And the plant that you can see there was actually there, close to that window. So yeah, it's a bit different. And San Martin, you're too lazy to study. Well, there's no such thing here. You just have to get it done. Just, put aside your feelings and just start. Because, obviously, it is not the most fun thing to do sometimes to study. But it needs to get done. And the sooner you start, the sooner you also finish and you can actually enjoy your day. Because, people that procrastinate and, wait an entire day to get started and then they have to, work till midnight. Well, you basically, if you do that, you ruined your entire day, because if you would have started on time and you were done at say, I don't know, 6 p.m. or something, or 8 p.m., whatever, then you can still enjoy, your time afterwards, because you know that it's done and you can actually relax. You can just do something else. But if you've waited the entire day, chances are, you kind of have the guilt and the pressure looming, oh my gosh, I need to get started. So you cannot really enjoy anything you're doing before, getting started. So yeah, try to avoid that. I know it sounds easier said than done, but trust me, that's how I do things. I'll tackle the nasty things first, and then once they're out of the way, I feel like a lot of weight has been lifted off my shoulders and stuff like that. So it's just brilliant. Papa's Woody, you've given yourself a monumental task. So that's an absolute grind every minute. Oh yeah, I understand. Yeah, if you have a lot of things to get done, time flies by rather fast. I get that. And then it's like a race to the clock kind of to get it done. So good luck with that, just continue. As long as you're continuing, as long as you're moving in the right direction, you're going to get there eventually. If you stop and you don't do anything, well, you're still stuck at the same place, kind of. So just, every progress is progress. And by the way, it's novo can as in rain. As in rain. In what language is that rain? I'm so confused, sorry. Because So is it Novocan or Novocaine? Novocan, right? Is that the pronunciation? Yeah, okay. Oh, rain, Novocaine. Yeah, okay. Now I get it. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Sorry, I was just like not picking up on that because, I don't know why. There's no explanation, honestly. Okay, Novocaine. Yes, that makes sense. You're like, the explanation makes so much sense, honestly. Smart. But you could have also said like cane sugar, That would have also been a good one. But yeah, anyways, I don't know if I missed a comment. Sorry, guys, if I did. But yeah. Is there anything else I need to say? So, oh yeah, like tomorrow, I'm going to start with the PhD. So tomorrow I'm going to be in the office. So, unfortunately, this week I'm not going to be able to do another stream like right now. Like maybe, since like there's a lot of administrative things I also need to get done. Like, once you start working, you need to, get all the insurances on check, that everything is like, up and running kind of. And my mic is mute. Are you sure? Gonna ask that to someone else. No, it's your bad. Okay, because here, on the stream deck, I can see that I'm not muted. So if I were muted, then we'd have an issue. Then that would probably mean that my mic is not working, and that would be a disaster. But okay, we're all good here. Oh, you scared me for a second. It's all good. So I was saying that yes, I need to like do some administrative things, to get everything to be fine, and settled. So I might, if that takes me a while, I might stream for like 2 hours maybe in the weekend, then we can definitely do that like on probably on Sunday, honestly. Since Saturday is a day where I need to run a lot of errands, since, I will be a working person and no longer a student that can just, stay home and go to places like randomly at noon or something like that. That won't work anymore. I will be trapped, and oh my gosh, that thought kind of scares me. Oh, how are people okay with, being trapped like that by work? I mean, I suppose that some people have like a lot of flexibility in their jobs. I suppose it depends on the jobs, because if you're a CEO, I suppose that nobody cares if you leave for a few hours and you come back later, and proceed, continue your work, and then you just put in, later hours until you get everything done. But then, like, if you're working, for example, at a store, I mean, you have to be there at the store. You cannot just leave for 2 hours. So I suppose it depends on the job. But yeah, I don't know. I find this thought a bit claustrophobic, that I won't have that freedom anymore. I really enjoyed, having my freedom as a student. Like you obviously you have the lectures you have to attend, but then, for the rest, in between lectures, you're kind of free, like if I don't feel like it, I could just, go to a nice coffee shop, have a coffee, and do whatever I want. And knowing that I cannot do that anymore, that's a bit terrifying. Yeah. Although I do have to say, like, the PhD path is still like a quite chill path, having a lot of freedom, because, well, I remember, I was actually already like working for a day, because there were like all these like startup meetings that I also had to attend, because all the other PhD students started in September and I'm starting in October, because that's how it is, like I already have my topic and they don't. So yeah, that's why, it was okay to start a month later. And what I'm trying to say is, well, on that day, I did not see them working a lot, because, we had like this meeting first at around lunchtime, but then after lunch I thought like, okay, people will probably work. No, they went to have a coffee, and I was like, well, but we already did nothing during the meeting. I mean, we did do something, we had the meeting, but it was not like you're working on your PhD, it's like just discussing random things. And yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, do you guys not have to work? I did not understand that. I was so confused. But yeah, apparently, things are a bit laid back as well. Like, as long as you get your things done, it's fine, I suppose. Because, if you decide to waste your afternoon, you'll have to stay in late and actually get your research done. So, the wage cage, yeah, well said. So yeah, as you guys can see, break time is over. Sorry for extending it. So we'll start with the next focus session. So we'll talk again in the next break, which will be in 15 minutes. Good luck, everyone. I hope you have a very productive session. And yeah, that's it. Okay, everyone, our second session has ended, so it is time to have our second break for today. How is everyone holding up? How was the second session for you guys? I hope you managed, to get a few things done. And yeah, right now I'm like not sure what I'm still gonna do for the third session. Oh, I can see, Papa, what you're saying, you need to stretch. Same. I'll stand up after this break and honestly also just walk around for just like a few seconds or a minute or so while stretching because you know what? I do have my standing desk. I should use it. So after this, I'm gonna probably stand a little bit, but yeah, I might do a few things off camera. You know what? I'm looking outside right now and it's the nastiest weather ever. Like, there's actually a lot of sunlight coming from this, so it kind of, if you look at this window, it looks fine, but if I look at the big window, it looks less fine. It's very like gray outside, and today is also a day where it's gonna rain a lot. So I'm thinking, right now, as it is dry, I might go ahead and take my dog out for a walk, after the break. And then I'll be back, of course, because I'm not going to go out for like 50 minutes. That would be too much, honestly. But yeah, I don't want to walk around in the rain, so what time it is right now? Well, for me, it's almost 11 a.m. Like still 3 minutes left, and then it's going to be 11 a.m. So yeah, still early. What time is it for you, if I'm allowed to ask? What time zone are you in? So yeah, usually, I take my dog for his walk at like 12, but I did check the weather half an hour ago and it says that it's gonna rain a lot at 12, so might have to hurry and get out while I can. Will probably start raining once we get outside, but yeah, we'll see. And yeah, for the rest, there's really not too much I need to get done. Like, there's a lot of things I still need to, do because I'm starting to work. I have to like take care of all the insurance stuff and all of that, but I cannot access a lot of those things today because I'm like not starting today but tomorrow, and so certain links, they said like, oh, you're not authorized to, open it. Which is where, I find all the information that I need. So that's like really frustrating because I would have preferred getting everything done, now while I still have time, while I didn't start yet. But, it is what it is. I'm a control freak, I like to get things done right away. I don't like to, wait, postpone things. It's just not me, And this has definitely worked out rather well for me because, did graduate. I am starting on my PhD, and I'm definitely planning on getting that title, so hopefully we'll see. I mean, things can happen, but yeah, I do want to, put in my best work and bring it to an end because I don't like half-assing things, I don't like just putting in minimal effort or something. I really want to, like, if I start something, if I commit to something, I want to like see it all the way through the end. So hopefully that will work out, but we'll see. 4 years is a long time and a lot of things can happen, but yeah, should be fine. And also, yeah, Papa Suri, like, did you make any more progress? How's that going, the big project? And it's 2:30 p.m. there. Okay, yeah, it's a bit later, but still early. I mean, you still have quite a day ahead of you, I would say, So yeah, that's definitely great. And also, if I'm allowed to ask, since I do think you're new here, right? Because I don't think I remember your username. I try to remember everyone, that's joining our streams. And I feel like so far I've been able to definitely, be able to, remember, because I do have very excellent memory. But yeah, I wanted to ask, if you are new, if you would like to introduce yourself, like you don't have to like share any personal things, obviously, but I'm always interested to find out what it is like you're doing, like what are you doing as to, if you're studying, what are you studying, or if you're already working, what your job is. I find that very fascinating to know, because a lot of things, exist out there. I mean, a few years ago, I had no idea that so many different jobs and things existed that you could do, potentially. So yeah, I find that always very interesting to know, And a lot of people that do watch these streams, they do a lot of, different things. Like there's fellow lawyers. Well, I'm not a lawyer, but I did study law. So, there's, some people that also study law or that are already lawyers or something like that. Then I've even had professors here. So that was like really cool. And then, there's people doing all kinds of, very smart stuff with like software or with programming, coding, whatnot, all the stuff I'm not. You're new. Oh yeah, no, I did see someone saying that you're a new subscriber, but I wasn't sure it was you anymore. Since you see, like, I do see the comments, but like whenever I get new comments, the old ones get pushed up, so I cannot see them anymore on the screen. So that's why I couldn't check anymore, who said it. But I did see it rather fast. So you're a student preparing for an exam, okay? And how's that going for you? Hopefully, it's going well. And is your exam soon? Like, do you still have plenty of time for it, or is it like, I don't know, this week maybe still? Could be possible. But yeah, very exciting. Hope all goes well. And yeah, I'm realizing, since I am, going to start with my PhD, I'm not going to have exams anymore. That is so strange. I'm really wondering how that's going to be like in January. So usually, my semesters would kind of look like this. We would start at kind of the end of September. Would be, the semester start, and then you'd have classes until Christmas, basically. Somewhere, around the 22nd of December or something would be the last day, and then you'd have like Christmas, and then you don't have lectures up until somewhere beginning of February, because in January you have the exams, so you'd have to like study also during the Christmas holidays and New Year's and stuff like that. And yeah, it was always, annoying that I couldn't really enjoy Christmas and New Year the way I would want to, because I would also, people sometimes, go out during New Year's and like, stay up like really late. Maybe, they get a bit drunk. I don't know. People do that. And that's all fine and fun, I guess, if you don't do that like too often. But yeah, I was always, kind of feeling bad if I would not, go to sleep at a reasonable time, because, you want to study the next day since exams are coming up. And now, I'm just going to be able to really kind of relax and not feel guilty, about taking time off. So that's going to be brilliant. I feel like that's going to be so weird this year. It's like the first time in like 7 years, I suppose, that I'll actually have like a normal Christmas and New Year's without, having to study in between and afterwards. So yeah, very, very excited about that. And you're trying your best. Well, I'm sure it will go well. If you know that, well, if you say like, okay, I really want to do it, if you put your mind to it, then it'll be fine. It's going to be next year in May. Oh, you've got plenty of time then. I mean, I don't know what kind of exam it is. Like maybe it's a really, really big exam and you need like a lot of time for it. But I mean, so far you do have a lot of time, if you stay consistent, then I'm sure it will go well. So wishing you all the best of luck. And Boss Woody, you also answered, going pretty good. Oh, great. managed to write another 80% of an exercise. Well, seems to like you're quite in a flow. That's brilliant to hear. Seems like my stream is helping a little bit. No, I'm not. Don't worry, I'm not taking credit for for your achievement. But yeah, I'm always happy to see that you guys are being super productive while watching the streams. So now, break time is over. I will start the next session, and like I said, I'm gonna go take my dog for his walk because it's still dry, because afterwards I'm expecting very heavy rain and I'm not in the mood to get all soaked, especially not the dog. So, I'll put the be right back screen so that you do know, that I will be back and that people know that join the stream later on that I'm, gonna come back. But yeah, good luck everyone. And I'll be back in around probably 20 minutes-ish. So you'll still see me for like half an hour of the productive session. So good luck, you guys. See you soon. And, give it all your best with this last session. Make the most out of it. Okay, everyone, it's time to have another 10-minute break because we have completed all 3 sessions, all 3 Pomodoros of 15 minutes each for today. So it was a very productive morning for me, at least. And I think that a lot of you were also very productive. So I'm glad to see that. I hope, you had a good focus for the session. And yeah, how was your session, guys, if I'm allowed to ask? And also, Nibras, welcome to you too. Glad you also decided to join today. And beginning wonderful. How are you doing? How's life? Today it's like such a weird weather situation here. At least, I love the fact that my room gets a lot of natural daylight, even though it's like not very cute outside. It's really gray. I cannot really see the sky that much. It's just like this weird white grayish color and no blue whatsoever. And it is, it is what it is. But at least, I have enough sunlight, daylight to work, because I really don't like working in a dark space where you have to use, like the fake light. Wow, that was like way too difficult to pronounce. Like obviously more like towards the afternoon when it gets a bit, darker. I do have this lamp. But yeah, I prefer not to use anything if possible. I find that most nice. Oh, autumn there has blue skies. Oh, that's so nice. Okay. That's lovely. Well, it depends, in the winter you can have like really nice blue sky as well. And like extreme sunlight, but it's super cold. Yeah, depends, honestly. And you almost got another exercise on post. Woody, you're still here. Did not expect you to still be here because it must be like super late for you, right? What time is it, if I'm allowed to ask? Or maybe no. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's like 9 p.m. or something for you, no? Is it like 9 hours difference in between? Because right now it's like 12 here. So it's noon time. It's time to get some lunch. It's only 8 p.m. Oh, okay, chill. Oh yeah, I feel like it used to be very late for you whenever we do the afternoon streams, right? Yeah, sorry, my apologies. Well, that's fine then. And Holonomy, thank you also for joining and for the compliment on the daylight that we get here. Yeah, the place is well lit indeed. It's great, because early in the morning, the sunrise is kind of over there. So I have a window there, so I get all the light from there. And then it passes like this. So I have those 2 windows catching it, and then later in like the late afternoon, the sun is kind of at the living room. So that's also pleasant, because after work you can just have some light over there. So it's kind of perfect, did not plan it this way. It's just a great coincidence, honestly. It's 8 p.m. there too. Oh, okay. Are you... Oh yeah, you are also an Aussie. That's so cool. Oh wow, amazing. Aussies are taking over the world, honestly. I don't know what it is with you guys, but yeah, like somehow Australia keeps, coming into my life, be it through the streams or through the fact that my boyfriend is absolutely obsessed with Australia. So he got like this whole visa situation, to become a permanent resident. And he was there last year. Was it in November? Yeah, it was kind of in November, December-ish where he was there. And he was planning on staying longer, but then he came back because he missed me, because I could not go to Australia. I was still studying here, And yeah, he really wants us to live in Australia, but I don't know. The thing is, I understand that the living situation in Australia is superior. Already the weather is so much nicer than in Belgium, because here, you get so much rain. But the problem I have with Australia is you guys are so far away. I would kind of, be a bit terrified to be so away from from my family. Like, what if something were to happen? It's not that I can just, drive over. That's like not possible, you have to book a flight. And then also with the flight, I mean, it takes almost 24 hours to really get here, so it's like so far away. It's only 36-hour flight, like, yeah, low key. I guess there's like a few flights that are a bit faster than 36 hours, depending on what connection you have. But yeah, practically down the road. Yeah, true. Yeah. If you were like, why can you not change, like, just have Australia come where the UK is and just put the UK down there? Because no one wants to go to the UK. Well, as a European, you don't want to go now because, I mean, the prices there after Brexit, I mean, they're just ridiculous. So it's not really attractive, to go there and work there and basically, have extreme prices. It's not really interesting. I feel like a lot of people wanted, to work in London and stuff like that. And now I see that people are not that interested in it anymore. And like, I wouldn't go there. Sorry if there's anyone watching from the UK. No, not to bash on them. But yeah, I mean, I've heard so many, I was working at this festival, Rockvechta, here in Belgium, last year. And there were so many people from the UK. So that was like rather funny. And a lot of people were like really complaining about the prices there, They said like, oh yeah, it's awful. So, if people living there say that, it must be true, right? So, when can we expect the Malta vlog? Yeah. So that's something I need to tell you. There's not going to be a vlog. And why not? Because, well, we had issues with the whole thing. Like, in the first day, we still managed to film something, but then something happened with the SD card and, like, there's no footage. So, yeah, that's sad. I know. It's really, really annoying because we did a lot of things. But also, honestly, I don't know if it would have been a great vlog to begin with because it was so busy in Malta. Like, there was so many people. It was really tough to film. I think, also from the footage that we still have, which is very limited, like I said, but like, you cannot really hear me so well. Like, you hear so much noise. It would have been like really terrible quality. I feel like Malta was not a good place to go if you want to vlog, like maybe if you rent a car and you would drive all by yourself to places and go to like less crowded places, and maybe it would have been good. But yeah, it was a bit difficult also because we did like this boat trip and there were like so many people on that boat. You could really not film without have like other people in the background. So that's like, on that day we didn't really film anything at all. But yeah, it was a bit of a mess, and yeah, I'm very sorry for that, because I did want to have a vlog because, also like, even if we wouldn't post it, it would be still fun to have that for memories, later on when I'm like 60, 70, 80 years old, hopefully, I get that old, would be nice. But yeah, it would be great, to have the footage, just for memory purposes. So yeah, that's really unfortunate. I'm so sorry about that. That's it was quite a fail, and it is unfortunately what it is. So I'm sorry for that. But yeah, we will plan another vacation, but it's not going to be for very soon because the problem is, so I need to explain kind of how it works here to get paid vacation rights, vacation leave. So in Belgium, you have this backpack model, that's kind of how I learned it at university. So in the first year, in the year that you're like employed, you kind of wear this, backpack. It's not an actual backpack, it's just like to visualize thing, you wear a backpack. And while you're working on your first year, you're basically collecting vacation rights, you're filling up your backpack. So then you use this backpack in your second year working to be able, to go on vacation. But since, this is my first year actually like working full time, I'm only, you know, building my backpack for the next year. So that means that this year I actually don't really have any like holiday rights. So it's really strange. I feel like that's not so cool, you know. I understand that you need to like work to contribute, you know, to the system so that you do get all these benefits. But then, you know, like it's not my fault that I studied, right? I mean, it is. I chose to study. But yeah, aren't there only 2 years for... No. Well, that would be great if it were only 2 years. It's 4 years at least. Some do 5 years, but yeah, it's 4 years. So how many holiday days do you get? So it depends, honestly. You get like the most holidays if you work for, you know, for the state, simply. Like if you're working as a policeman, or if you're working at some of the, you know, at a town hall or something, whatever, you know, could be many other things, then you get like almost 45 days in total, which is a lot. But I mean, in these 45 days, it's like probably like 20, 25 or 30 will be days that you can choose yourself, and then 10 days are, you know, national holidays. Could be something like Christmas, Easter, armistice, stuff like that, you know. So those are days that everyone gets. So I will, you know, get like a few days off due to that, you know. Like those days are definitely not days that I will have to work. And also I am lucky, since I am working at the university, you know, it's, well, you have this 2 weeks between Christmas and New Year that are like, you know, holidays for everyone at the university, because the university is simply closed. So I mean, it doesn't make any sense to go there if the building is closed, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna have to work during those 2 weeks. So those are definitely, you know, holidays that I get. And I will... You're only mandate 20 days per year. Oh yeah, so I'm also gonna get, so next year, you know, once I've worked a year and I have, you know, rights to, you know, have paid vacation, I'm gonna get 20 days of vacation, plus the 10 national holidays where everyone gets a day off, you know. So that will be 30. And I think if you worked for a year, you also get like 5 vacation days extra or something. So yeah, it's gonna be like kind of 35 days off probably in total. So that's not too bad, I would say, you know. It's pretty good. And how many holidays maximum can you get in 2 years? So the thing is, you have to use the backpack, you know, you've done the previous year. You have to use it in the next year. If you don't use it, some of the days will go to waste. There's a certain amount of vacation days that you can transfer to the next year, you know, so that you have more vacation in the third year, basically. But you cannot transfer all of them. And I'm not sure how many you're allowed to transfer, but it's definitely limited. It's not like all of them, you know, it's just a small portion. So it makes simply sense to just take them all, you know, in the year. So definitely have to keep an eye on that, you know. But I mean, so far I haven't even started yet, so it's fine. And Nibras, you're saying, can you please give me some last minute exam tips? Yeah, sure. So how many days do you still have? I mean, if your exam would be tomorrow or kind of still this week, I would, you know, look at kind of an outline of what it is that will be, you know, on the exam. And then I would think like, okay, what is most important? For example, it may be clear that you're gonna, you know, definitely get questions on a certain topic. If you know that one topic is going to be on the exam for sure, it makes sense to start with that topic, you know, try to review the things that will definitely be on the exam, because chances are not everything's going to be able to be on the exam because there's just too much to cover, you know, and the exam is only, you know, that many pages long. So do the most important things first, and then start with a helicopter view. Like, don't go into detail with everything. Try to see the overview, understand like the bigger pictures, and then as you gradually went through that, add more details and everything, because it is better to understand like the bigger picture to be able to kind of know where your topic is situated than to know a tiny detail in something that could not be useful. So I would kind of go about it that way. And then practice exams. If you have like older exams, do those. You'll learn so much more from actually doing exercises, doing an exam, doing practice questions, than from just revising. If you're just reading, it's just passive. You're not gonna like do much by reading something. So do that kind of stuff. Hopefully that helps. And oh, is it the same corporate policy you have? Okay. And like, how many days do you get beginning wonderful, if I'm allowed to ask, if it's not private, some get wasted if not used in. Yeah, exactly. Papa's Woody, it was lovely having you. Thank you, for joining the stream, and I'm super happy that you managed to get so many things done. I hope to see you in the next stream. We'll have to see when the next one is. Maybe I will be able to squeeze one in this weekend. It also depends on how much time I need with, the things I need to get done in the city, because I'll have to go to the Apple store again on Saturday because they messed up the first one. The first time they didn't really, fix my problem, but it's all good. We had to call with the manager and all's well. So that's really brilliant. And you can pass over a maximum of 15 days to next year. Oh, that's pretty good. And so how many do you have in total? Because you then probably have more than 15 days per year, right? And the standing table is great so far. Thank you for asking, Tessir. I did not use it in this session because honestly, I went outside with the dog. We had a little cozy walk. So I did my, standing up. But I did use it yesterday a little bit as well. And then you were there with the other stream. I used it for like an entire hour. So it's really great. But also now, since I'm not working the entire day because I'm not working yet, I'm only starting tomorrow, it's kind of, it wasn't really necessary to use it like that. But oh wow, around 38 to 42. Yeah, that's a lot. That's pretty decent, I would say. Not bad. It's great. Great work-life balance. Well, depending, you can also have a lot of holidays, but then you don't really get the chance to take them, then it sounds good on paper, but reality might be different. But yeah, it's not too bad. So you guys, I will leave you. I'll have to call it a day because I need to get started on lunch as well. And yeah, test user, if you have a treadmill, there's those how are they called? It's like a mini treadmill indeed, that is like, just like one small surface where you can walk indeed and get some steps while you're using your standing desk. A lot of people have those, but those are like rather pricey. I think it's like almost 400 or 500 euros, so it's not something I'm gonna buy right away. But like, maybe if I in future will work from home more days than just one, then I might do that. But for one day, it's just a bit expensive, so yeah, it needs manager's approval. Yeah, I think that's kind of everywhere indeed. And yeah, sometimes we'll still use HelloFresh. Yeah, it's been a while because we were gone and stuff like that. So, but yeah, like once a month we'll do HelloFresh, not every week, because then also it's still a bit expensive. It's more expensive than if you just buy the stuff yourself. So yeah, and you also need time to make those recipes, because those, like, whenever I make quick things, it is faster than trying out a new recipe. Trying out something for the first time usually takes you longer. But yeah, I would suggest that we try to also rate someone while we're at it, since I will have to leave to make lunch because I'm actually getting quite hungry. Let me see, how can I do that? Stream manager, there we go. Okay, let's see. So we can, Cat's Corner is live. Oh really? Is that so? Okay, wait, let me see. That's so cool. It's not getting suggested. Maybe I'm not following Cat's Corner. That is so rude of me, honestly. There we go. Brilliant. Thank you for the suggestion. I'll have to follow Cat's Corner because what am I even doing? Rude. Let's rate. Okay, I think I started to rate. So thank you everyone, for joining today's stream. It was really such a pleasant stream. Like no issues, no nothing. That's great. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Maybe this weekend I'll do another stream. If not, it will be next week. Probably Wednesday since, tomorrow until Friday I will be at work, so I cannot stream. So do apologize about that. But yeah, take care you guys. Bye.